This call come after where we see Honorable Justice Yawo Finda Jones, when at the chairperson for the tribunal where them be set up for investigate the Auditor General Lara Telopias and one of his deputy Tamba Momo, where he presents the report on waiting them fenot inside the investigation to President Dr. Julius Maada Bio. You go remember say them be suspend the Auditor General Lara Telopias and one of his deputy Tamba Momo inside November 2021 on allegation of professional misconduct, and the specific concern na be that the Auditor General contact hotel them na Lebanon, South Africa and the Gambia as well for confirm the authenticity of receipt wey comot from the office of the President where them be submit for audit without the permission of the office of the President. But wetin prompt ban and other CSO them for all this press conference for sake of the tribunal report where them present to President Bio this BNTM.
We've been following up the procedure at the tribunal, and they've concluded as now we cannot preempt what is in the report. We cannot talk about it because we've not seen it. All we're asking for is for us to have transparency for democracy to thrive. The cornerstone of the principle of natural justice is for the other side to be heard. And for that to be known is only when we have the report, when we see the report. We know legally they've raised concern that pursuant to section 137(5)(b), the report should only be given exclusively to the President. We do not believe that. We think the report should be shared out to the public. The public should be able to consume it, should be able to know what happened, should be able to see what happened, and should be able to feel what happened, because that's the fundamental aspect of democracy.
The person we just listened to na Mohammed Uriba, legal officer for the Legal Research and Advocacy for Justice, we be the talk but waiting them think but the decision by the tribunal for presents the report on the investigation of the Auditor General and one of his deputy only to the President. But waiting the Salon Association for Journalists think but this. Ahmed Said Nasrallah, President for SLAJ.
We are concerned about the issue of lack of information around the whole process of the tribunal, and we want to ensure that there is independence and there is fairness and there is transparency when eventually when we have the outcome, so that we do not take advantage of the Auditor General and losing sight of all our contributions over the last 10 years. So we are involved in this because we want to ensure the whole process is independent, transparent, and there is accountability at the end of the process, because it's very important for this institution, which is very key in holding government to account in terms of the monies that they are spending, public money that they are spending, so that they are used judiciously. And so we are concerned that if there is any attempt to undermine that office, then it's also undermine our efforts to ensure that our public officials are held accountable.
Fredly Mokomokhel, na the president for the 50-50 group Salon, we talk about the impact where this issue will create in the life of other women them, where they in a leadership position them, and self the one them where they wish for big people in a society.
We know that for women to come to positions of leadership, it's not easy. And we also know that the Auditor General has been working long in this role. She's been a role model for so many women and girls. And so things like this can have the tendency to scare women away from political and public positions. We've also seen, most recently, there's been discussions about women lawyers who were beaten. So all of these have a chilling landscape for women in political participation and women in leadership. And it's for that reason that we believe it is so important that now that the ruling is out, which we're pleased by, we had joined also again with colleagues to talk about the need to bring this out. So it's great that it's done, but now we're asking that it be made public so that they know what the rulings are and that the public knows what the rulings are in the interest of transparency, of fairness and justice.
The Executive Director for Network Movement for Justice and Development, Abu Brahima, na be the chairperson for the press briefing, will be semi to read the joint press statement by BAN, 50-50 Group Salon, Action Aid, Christian Aid, and other organizations them for SECA the matter.
Despite the conclusion of the tribunal, there has been no communication to the public regarding the next steps. CSOs emphasize that given the public nature of the investigation, principles of natural justice demand that the findings be communicated to Mrs. Telopias, Mr. Momo, and the public. This is essential for upholding transparency, accountability, and integrity of the investigative process. We urgently call on the Tribunal to release contents of the report to Mrs. Taylor Pierce and Mr. Momo and to make the findings public. This transparency is crucial to ensure the fairness of the process and to address the growing concerns about the Tribunal's proceedings.
Dem CSO ya say wetin trigger the whole situation na because of the accusation we get for do with the office of the president, and according to the legal officer for legal research and advocacy for justice, person no go be judge inside im own case, and according to am, as e stand now, the office of the president na judge in im own cause inside the investigation we get for do with the office, wey na one part the reason we make them call for make the report on the investigation be public so that people go know wetin dey inside the report. For Afri Radio Use Round Salon, Marion Precious, George.